What's up guys, Luke here with Luke's Points and Miles, and today I wanted to share something that I learned about the American Express Business Platinum Card that I didn't know but I had always wondered. I think this bit of information could actually influence whether you want to grab the card. So today I'll do sort of an abbreviated review of the American Express Business Platinum Card, and towards the end I'll share something most people probably do not know about the card. I had to actually go through this process to learn it. But first, if you're new to the channel, I talk about credit cards, points, miles, cash back, and travel. If you're interested in that sort of thing, hit that subscribe button and take this journey with us. This is a young but growing channel, and I'm very happy with how many folks have decided to join this little community. Also, if you get any value or any entertainment from the video, slap that like button and help us out with the YouTube algorithm. I'd love to get this information out in front of more folks. Now, one little addition. I mentioned we talk about travel, so it's only fair when we talk about travel, we need to talk about travel cancellations. That's a teaser for what we're going to learn a little bit later. The American Express Platinum Card. Who is this card for? Well, this premium travel card is for folks that have high spend or own and operate a business with high spend. If you're familiar with the personal Platinum Card, the business version shares a lot of the same DNA. Before we go any further, we have to mention the $695 annual fee. We did say premium, so that shouldn't surprise you. This card offers a few different bonuses at the time of this recording, but it's fairly easy to find the offer for 150,000 membership rewards points for $15,000 spend in 3 months. To make things a little sweeter, that offer can include 0% APR for 12 months. Now, on this channel, we don't normally recommend carrying a balance on a credit card, but one, we understand that life happens, and two, this is a business card, so it will not report to your personal credit. And if you were to carry business expenses over a 0% APR period, I can't tell you that's a bad idea. So the business version is a little different than the personal in that it earns 5 times MR points on flights and hotels booked on AmexTravel.com. That's a little different than the personal that gets 5 times when booked directly with the airlines. The card also earns 1.5x MR points on certain business categories: construction supplies, electronics retailers, and software providers. It also earns 1.5x on purchases over $5,000, and a paltry 1x on everything else. So obviously, this card isn't your daily driver, but with that massive bonus offer, it can look like a great option for you bonus hunters. So what does the card provide to offset that big league annual fee? Well, in keeping with the coupon criticism, the card has the following credits: $400 yearly credit with Dell, $360 yearly credit with Indeed, $150 yearly credit with Adobe Solutions, $120 yearly credit with your wireless provider. You'll also get the much maligned airline fee credit of $200 and a yearly clear credit. Now, you can do the math to see if those credits make sense, because everyone is different, but the real selling point of the card is the lounge access. Priority Pass, Centurion Lounge, Sky Clubs when flying Delta, and Gold Elite status with both Hilton and Marriott Bonvoy hotels. This card also has a ton of travel and purchase protections, as well as a TSA pre-check / global entry. Throw in the fine hotels and resorts program and you have a ton of travel benefits. And here's where we come to the card's superpower, and that is where I'll share something about this superpower that I learned this week: the 35% airline bonus. Now, I have talked about this before in my video about how I use my credit card points and miles. I will link that video below. A quick summary of the 35% airline bonus is: use membership rewards, pay with points for all or part of an eligible flight booked with American Express Travel, and get 35% of those points back, up to 1 million points back per calendar year. This bonus is good with any business or first class flight and all flights with your preferred airline. So what is so super about that? Well, this benefit effectively gives you a fixed MR point value of 1.54 cents per point. Now, I know that isn't earth-shattering and it's really nothing to brag about, but you have to compare that with all these guys on the internet screaming about how great it is to cash out MR points at 1.1 cents per point with the Charles Schwab Platinum. At the end of the day, it's a great technique to use during an airline sale or an abnormally low fare. If you're interested in finding super low airfare, check out Scott's Cheap Flights. I have a link in the description. It's how I find my airfare deals, and it's a great service. Over a few 100,000 MR points, this difference really adds up. I like using this technique to book flights because it allows me to use MR points to purchase flights that count as paid flights. By doing that, I'm earning airline miles for my purchase, and I'm also climbing that status ladder. Now, let me get to the point of this video and answer a question I think a lot of people have. What happens when I book a flight with my American Express Business Platinum, pay with MR points, receive my bonus, and then that flight gets canceled? I've always wondered this until very recently. 6 months ago, I booked a family vacation to Cancun using the American Express Business Platinum. I've been trying to earn status with Delta, and this was a good way to use points to book a paid flight, and I'd be getting decent value with my MR points. With the 35% bonus, I got a fair deal. Nothing great, but it was the exact flights and times that I wanted, and we were all very excited about going to Mexico. Then the perfect storm happened. Delta pilots went on strike, flight attendants called in sick to protest working conditions, a sandstorm in Arizona perhaps, and we have our flight canceled. Then rescheduled, then canceled again. So now we have a situation where I booked a paid flight with American Express membership rewards points, and now I need refunded. I also wondered how I would be refunded, especially considering I was already rebated the 35% bonus. Well, here is how it works. The flight is purchased through Amex Travel, so Delta considers it a third-party purchase. Delta canceled the flight, so they refund the entire purchase price back to American Express for the consumer. Let me put an example up to better express this. If you purchase a flight that costs $2,000 with your Amex Business Platinum and pay using MR points, you will pay 200,000 membership rewards points for the flight. A few weeks later, you will be rebated the 35% bonus, which is 70,000 membership rewards points. Basically making your purchase 130,000 MR points for a $2,000 ticket. Now, we could debate all day if that's a great deal or a fair deal, considering that flight still earns airline miles and credit towards status, but I think it's safe to say that it's a fair, okay deal. But when it's canceled, you're refunded $2,000 cash. So let's review. We purchased a $2,000 ticket with 200,000 MR points. Then we were rebated or awarded 70,000 MR points back to our account. Our flight was canceled and we received $2,000 cash. Did we just cash out 130,000 MR points for $2,000? Well, yes, sort of. We did earn almost 1.54 cents per point back in cash through this long winding road, making that redemption much better than the Charles Schwab 1.1 cents per point. Now, is this something I would recommend trying to do to cash out MR points? No. That would be such a pain in the butt, and I'm thinking Amex would put a stop to it eventually. But this is just another reason why I love American Express. Since this just happened to me, it actually helped cushion the blow of not being able to go to Mexico. I would much rather be smoking a cigar and drinking a pool beverage than recording this video, but at least I got compensated for it. And how long did the refund take? About 2 days. I also want to mention that with that same scenario, if I cancel the flight, I would receive a $2,000 e-credit with the airline. Something to think about. You can actually purchase airline credit using MR points at 1.45 cents per point. So Luke, you got all your money back, why didn't you just buy new flights? Well, things are really strange right now, and everything I looked at was either full, priced 3 times higher than I expected, or I couldn't find a return flight. I have to be a good steward with my family's finances, and we actually do travel fairly often. So I'm not interested in breaking the bank just so we can go to the beach for the 5th time this year. So we decided to stay home and regroup and plan something epic for the future. Guys, these days are really crazy with travel, and there are so many things we can't predict. Have some points and miles on standby, be ready to reposition, and stay flexible. Also, if you haven't checked out Card Pointers Pro, please do so. I have a link in the description. The app will help you organize all your credit cards. It will make sure you don't miss out on any offers, and it will even keep track of your pitiful 524 statuses. You poor things. Use my link, sign up for the free version, and consider the very affordable yearly and even lifetime memberships. Guys, that's it for me today. If you have watched all the way to the end, I appreciate you and I absolutely thank you.